All right, welcome back. After such a good first episode, this one's sure to be a disappointment. Thank you for all the support. You all are very patient with me as I start a new series. One of the comments, and we'll read through a lot of them if we have a few moments in this video. I'm sure we will. But one of the comments said something that just kind of blew my mind because I never knew this. So I want to go test it. But supposedly at the Cottage Pond, we can get free cooking. In other words, you don't have to buy the wood and the matches you normally do to craft your food. So I went ahead and bought quite a few eggs because they're pretty cheap, and then a couple potatoes for us to try this out. I think I mentioned this last time, but just to show you, you can always get once a day free spare float tackle, which I don't care about most of this, and I certainly don't want rusty hooks. But the nice thing is it gives you is it 50 worms a day or 30? I think it's 30. So you can get free worms, before you get your shovel. Once you get your shovel, you won't need it or want it. Yeah, we've got 5 pieces of potato and a few eggs to cook here. If it is in fact free, where is the campfire? Oh. It's not free cooking. Right? Look at that sugar. Can I use that sugar? That's pretty cool. Okay, who told me it was free cooking here? It's not free cooking here. All right. Actually, let's keep the size 20 on there, and let's use worms. Let's see if we, since it's nighttime, get a Chinese sleeper here. So we're using a smaller hook than we would have used when we were doing the tutorial. But I don't know. I mean, the tutorial, I think, gives you like an unrealistic bite rate. Like you're guaranteed to get those bites almost immediately. This may not actually be a place where you normally get bites. I didn't realize 3.5 meters like straight ahead. That's a gibble. So what happens if you go to like 3-meter depth? That actually worked. What fish do we have here? See, they don't even have rough. That was actually a pretty quick bite. Let me watch this again. It's unfortunate that there's no rough at the Cottage Pond. That would be fun. Beautiful. We go get some free food at Mosquito. I mean, I guess we need to go ahead and get the firewood of the matches, huh? I'll give us something to do while we're waiting for morning. I'm not gonna. I mean, we're almost to have the money for that feeder, so we're just gonna wait. I hate when Chrome crashes. It doesn't. It's like if I leave it on. If I leave Chrome open all night, sometimes it'll just crash. All right. I was trying to get to where the new messages start. All right, so we can eat, but let's wait and eat before we leave because we'll be a little more hungry. So we want to go to the hardware store. We will eventually want to buy a tea kettle. But we're going to buy the tea kettle and shovel together, and that hopefully will be next episode because I want to really stress how important it is to start doing the tea kettle and shoveling together. But for now, let's get some firewood and some matches. And let's get our crafting on. Before we go fish at Winding again. Catch some bleak and dace, hopefully. All right, you hit Y to start the fire and then E to start cooking. Let's make some potatoes. We start leveling up our cooking. All right, so Milos was asking about clip size at Amber from my recent Amber video. And I believe we were, that spot you're talking about was right clip 30 or 35. I think in that one we were doing 35. But any of those will work. How do I adjust the clip? Farid Camille says. And I think a bunch of you answered on how to fix the clip. If you hold Control and then do plus and minus keys, it changes your clip. You have to do it before you cast it out, obviously. So everybody, it looks like, answered you very quickly on that. So good job, community. Farid Camille also comments, laughing out loud at that bite at 1 hour and 2 minutes. And that was where the, oh shoot, you have to have a tea kettle for eggs. I forgot that. All right, we'll do that when we get our tea. So we'll wait and do that. I don't think there's anything else we can cook now without going to the tea. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait. That's fine. That was a little bit of a waste. I mean, we made 5 potatoes, but whatever. We'll be all right. Dawn Adair says, looks like a baby chub. Yeah, I think you're, yeah, that's probably in response to one of those, that first fish that got away that I was really trying to figure out what it was. Legacy commented, cool to see another starter series. Pond E4 on Winding is good night and day. And then later Legacy says, ah, you went there. So that must have been, E4 must be the spot on the pond that we went. Cohen says, Nice. You can use the fire for free for cooking at Cottage Pond. No need for wood and matches. That was not my experience. Please tell me if I was doing something wrong, but that was not my experience. Rusty says, are you going to be finishing the other series? If so, sad, but still fun to watch you. Edit, you should go to Amber on this account so you could teach some higher level who are still trying to figure out the high levels like me and give tips on larger fish and so on. Thank you for reading. Hey, thank you for commenting, Rusty. And one of the things that I want to try to get back to do is each day that I have time, I want to try to do an update on a late game fishing spot on my main account, and then do at least one of these videos a day. We'll see how that goes, but that's what I would like to do. Just making sure I got all the comments. Thank y'all. Y'all have been very kind. There's a lot of good feedback. And I'm just going to straight up pull up the video from last night and make sure I got everything. Okay. Jessica Tim says, wow, M-Dog, this trophy bleak was amazing. You should take part in the lottery. Coach Hero says, you can skip the tutorial at winding. Yeah, thankfully we did finally figure that out. Zig Niagara said, you should get some medal from RF4 for bringing so many players to the game with your videos. Oh, thank you. A medal. That's a good idea. Did you hear that, RF4? A medal. Let's see. Good to see another starter series. Thank you, Cohen. So no, that was laggy. Cohen says, when the current is flowing right, strike to the left. You'll hook it. I love it. Thank you, Cohen. I'll give that a try. Try to hook away from the current. Laggy C says, also, don't know if it just feels like the bite rate is way better, but I think if you increase the chance to hook a fish, if you lift the float in the opposite direction the way the fish is pulling. And then Cohen said, yes, 9 out of 10 you'll hook the fish with the control and left mouse button, but side striking is also especially good if you're not using control. How do you adjust the clip? We already went over that. All right, very good. I think we got them all. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, I just kind of chilling since we don't have feeders yet, just sort of chilling. It's always fun to read y'all's comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, so look at this, 2 rough orders. So if we get the feeder in time, maybe we'll be able to do that. I like this bleak order. We've still got some time on that. Why is this cafe order... Oh, it's just expired. I got you. I was like, we haven't done any cafe orders. So what popped for it? I'm not even sure. Maybe that sleeper. Anyway, that bleak order looks really good. Let's go see if we can fill that bleak order. And then maybe we'll go try for some, maybe we will go try for some dace as well. We should be able to get enough silver together pretty easily for the feeder. It's early. It's only 4 a.m., but figured we might as well start fishing. So, case in point, I just pulled it in the same direction that the fish was pulling there, and it came right out of its mouth. So maybe I need to, I mean, it was the opposite way the current was going, but it wasn't against the fish strike. There's an early roach. That was too far of a cast. Little chub. That's what we get for throwing it so far out there. The bleak aren't awake yet. Somebody needs to ring the dinner bell. It's breakfast time, bleak. There we go. Oh, it thought about it, but it went away. It was like, oh, it's not 5 a.m. yet. I'm going to pass. We do have the small hook on here, don't we? Yeah. And maggots. See if we can talk that bleak into coming back now. It's not a bleak. Again, I think I saw a little bleak run up there. Yeah, this early and then through the night on float, I think. It might just be better to fish at the pond, to be honest. That's a bleak. Did we ever look at weekly for bleak? Now that's interesting. But that's at Belaya. I mean, we could try it here. I'm not sure if flies are in stock here, though. That moment when you finish your coffee, huh? There we go. 6 a.m. Here they come. See, the nice thing about this is that order is for small bleak, right? frankly, it's still early. You can tell that's a chub. Those things just like swim side to side. They little snake up to the bait. There we go. That's a marker too. Look at that nice bleak. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, they seem to be awake now. That was fast. That's not even a bleak though. I think that's a dace. A nice dace too. Man, if we could get like a decent percentage of dace mixed into this spot, it would be it would be OP, is what I'm trying to say. What the heck? It's twice in a row that happened. I like it. Alright, you think we can make it back before a bite happens? From 20 grams. Okay, 5 from 20 grams. Micro chub. We got a new species. We're going to call it the micro chub. We really want to fish here long enough. I guess I need to see how that order is. We want to fish here long enough where we have 5 non-marker bleak to trade in for that order. As long as we have time to do that. Let's check. 20 hours. Oh gosh, we're so good on time. Come on. What's going on? It's going all over the place. Fake bite. Get your fake bite. Oh, it said no fish got away. Oh, we actually screwed that up somehow. Okay, cool. One fish lost? Are you kidding me? Oh, we got to start over. This is iron mode account. No fish lost. We got it. All right. One more bleak. See if we can get one more marker bleak here. chub. So annoying. It was a marker though. Marker chub. Alright, there we go. Take it. There we go. Okay. So, let's see what else we've got. How much is that order? Look at this. 18 silver. Guys, this is what you have to watch for. Okay. 5 fish that would be worth, altogether, would be worth nothing. We're selling for 18.9 silver. It's just crazy, right? And look at these 2 rough orders. It's insane. And again, if you have a feeder, that white bream order is doable. It's so good. Blue bream order, that's going to be tough, but the white bream order, doable. All right. Let's just go check on the... we've got 15 maggots, 16 bloodworms. Let's go... I'd rather not waste time now at the market, because like before noon tends to be like pretty hot fishing time. Let's go check on the day spot. The bleak spot's going great. But just to keep it real, let's check on the day spot here. A little bit more variety down here, I feel like. Just because the roach are a lot more prevalent. But you also have the gudgeon as well. That was a terrible cast. I'm not going to even... We're not going to even play that game. I'll be honest, guys, when that fish first approached our maggot there, I thought it was not a roach. And so in my head I was thinking, is that a really, really big dace? And so it made me really excited for a second, but alas. All right, let's see if we can jumpstart the dace here with some bloodworm. So far, we are seeing a lot of roach. Oh, that looks dacey, doesn't it? Okay, wasn't a marker, but that was a dace. Can we walk through this bush? No. Let's see. Let's just try something here. Let's give it a let's I don't know. I just want to start the cast a little higher up the current. Maybe that was too high, but I'm wondering if they start biting a little farther up. Oh. I just screwed up that bite. Let's see if we're onto something here. But what are we going to do when it gets to the bush, though? Just rotate around. There's a dace on there. See, I'm wondering if, like, right in front of the bush is where a lot of the dace bites would happen. Maybe. So that means we don't really need to go too far back up that way. We'll just cast right in front here up to the bush. Oh, is that a roach? Yeah. There's a dace. Yeah, see, I think we might be onto something here. Now if we just get some marker dace. I think this is a better spot. I mean, it's just a couple feet up the shore, but I think this is better. We're hitting dace after dace. That's a roach. The problem is, have we had any marker dace yet? Really sucks. One marker dace, okay. Let's try bloodworm up here. Should we try bloodworm with a slightly bigger hook? We need to get an 18 hook. 16's ridiculous. I think we'll catch all roach. We might have to go get an 18 hook. Look at that Chinese sleeper. I wonder if that's a rare catch for this area or if it's because I'm using a little bigger hook. That would be cool. That's a roach, right? Alright. Let's try a couple of hook sizes. Or at least one more hook size. And we'll go back to dace for a little bit longer before trying to get some more bleak, maybe. Yeah, we just need one more sleeper, but it's only 4 silver, so not too big a deal. Okay, let's see what hooks they have in stock. So we don't want that kind. We could do this kind. Oh, they do have 22 in stock right now. Wait, did I already know that? Oh gosh, we should definitely get a 22. I'm also thinking a 19. Is 19 and anything cheaper? No. And an 18. I just spent a lot of our silver, but guys, I think it's worth it. We're going to be able to practice, experiment with some stuff here. Alright, we need to get... a few more of each kind. Alright, what do we think... See, I'm thinking that let's try going to the largest tiny we can, which is a 19 with maggots. I want to try this. I think this will be interesting to try with dace and with bleak. Dace are a little bigger than bleak. I mean, just not sure. Freaking roach. But it's a marker, we'll take it. Alright, so this is as big as you can get, but still be in the tiny category of hook. If we go to 18, it actually counts as a small. And I definitely think we're going to hit into a high percentage of roach and other stuff if we go to small size. But we may try that. But I think trying this tiny is interesting. The largest tiny possible. Is there a fish on there? I guess not. Alright, come on, dace. I gotta switch back to bleak soon, and y'all are not coming through for me. That looks like a roach to me. That's a dace. Come on, hit it. Oh my goodness. Oops. That's It's way too close to the bank if it doesn't happen quick. Is that a chub? What is that? I guess it's just a roach. We're getting a low percentage of dace. I feel like when we get pearl barley, it might be a little better. That's a roach. And going any bigger hook is not going to make it any better in terms of the roach bite here. If anything, it'll make it worse. Alright, let's see what bleak do with this 19 hook size. Good first result. Is that a dace? Yeah, it's just not a marker. There's a bleak. Okay, so we went up to size 18, which is the smallest hook size for the small category. A little bit above tiny, but the smallest of the smalls. Let's see if the bleak will still hang out with this size. I mean, we know they will some. We caught that trophy on a 16, didn't we? Looked like it was swimming like a chub, but it's tiny. That looks like a chub again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're on a little bit of a roll here. Couple in a row. I didn't even see what that was. That's too small, right? Nope. Maximum number of fish caught in a day. I like it. Think of how easy it's going to be set the record for maximum weight of fish caught in a day when we stop catching 40-gram bleaks and 70-gram dace. My fault. I didn't do side there. There we go. Alright, let's see something. Although remember with those dace, they gotta be over 100. Too rough. Winding. Chinese sleeper. 26 silver. 30. How much we need? 150. $150. Yeah, we're not gonna make it to the feeder this video because I spent all that silver. That was patient on my part. I still messed it up though. That looks like a gudgeon. Doesn't it? It is a gudgeon. That's a chub. Just get off my line. That is a nice bleak. Alright, let's try something. We're going smallest hook we have. which this should just get bleak after bleak, right? We really shouldn't see as many of those chubs show up for this, I would think. The question is, are they all going to be tiny bleak, or can we also get some nice markers here on this size hook? They really should still, we really should still catch a decent amount of markers, because this is more of like the ideal hook size for both the weight of the, we're catching the small ones, the weight of the bait and the mouth of the fish. All right. Well, okay, so the smaller hook size is absolutely hitting bleak every time, but it's not hitting markers. I really am surprised by that. Can't tell what that is because the shadow. Is it a bleak? Yep. So we go back up in hook size and now we catch a marker. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. Yeah, now we're getting markers again. It's disappointing to not be able to go for that rough order, but I'm going to be patient on this account. We're going to wait till we can get that nice feeder. I'm not going to go buy garbage just to get the rough order done. That was a nice one. I was going to try to catch one more here. And then maybe end at the pond, because we know this spot's going to die off very soon. Yeah, all right, there's our last bleak. So if we go, I hate to use these crappy hooks. And I think we want to go to more like 30 or 50 centimeter depth, probably. There's our day spot right over there. Let's just do 50. We should really catch all kinds of stuff here. E4. Let's see what this looks like. Was that going down? Or was that just my imagination? Alright, we don't have a current here, so I just gotta watch which way the fish pulls and then try to pull it up the opposite way. That was kind of slow. Let's go to 80 depth. Stinking perch. Alright, so 80 is on its side, at least right there. Let's try right here. Yeah, that's better. We just don't want to throw in the weeds. At least a lot of times, the closer you can get it to the bottom, it's often better that way. We're getting into nighttime fishing though. It's going to slow down. It's going to slow down. But if you're, I mean, you don't have to stop fishing at night. You'll still get bites on float at night. I mean, sometimes the biggest crucian and gibbles are caught at night, especially on feeders, I would say. But you can still catch a lot of stuff on floats at night. It just feels like at this point in the game where we just have one float, we don't have a feeder going. This just feels like really slow. Did y'all see that fish streaking towards the bait down there? That was kind of cool. It looked like a really small gibble or roach to me. Probably a gibble the way it's not biting here. Not as small as I thought it was. And it's a tench. Daggum. How much bigger is that than the fish we've been catching? A lot bigger. Dang. Alright, let's go down to 1 meter. And then cast like right in front of us. That was a weird tench out of nowhere. I don't think if this is a tench spot at all. But it is true that if you have like, you know, 3 lines in this spot with a variety of baits, this is one of those spots where you feel like you can catch just a little bit of everything here. Kind of like some of the spots at Mosquito. I think we're getting a nibble. If it's still there, it's the longest nibble ever. You know what? Let's try something. Let's go to an 18 hook. Put it in that same spot. I'm just wondering if that was a rough and the hook was a little big. It was more likely a crucian or gibble, or yeah, or a roach, but probably a crucian or gibble and just taking forever to bite. Okay. That's something kind of big. My goodness, that was real big. Okay. Wow. On worm with a size 18 hook. So frustrating at this level, because that's what, 7 silver for the hook, a couple silver for the float. Oh, I just couldn't back it up. I couldn't get it out of there. But you got to be so freaking careful with this starter telescopic rod they give you, because they start you off with 3.1 line. It wasn't the rod strength holding us down, holding us back. It was the line strength. But the rod doesn't have that much strength either. That's why this rod is perfect for going for these like bleak and dace and all that kind of stuff. But if you get into a spot where there's big crucian, gibbles, roaches, perch, that kind of stuff, you can hit the wrong one like that, and it can all of a sudden just be too much. All right, we never got a second one of those. We didn't get that. We didn't keep fishing for perch. All right, so we're good. Let's just see what we made here. 40 silver plus the cafe order, not bad. That tench is probably our most expensive fish, yeah. But not by much. I mean, you see, like, if we could get on a streak of really nice bleak, it's just much safer at this point. It just makes more sense. Golly. 150. The problem is, though, yes, technically we have enough to do it. But there's no way I'm using that. Oh. We still won't have enough. All right. There's no way I'm using that float. In fact, I'm going to get this one. And so now we're down to 148. I won't replace the hook yet. We'll get the... It was the 18 hook we lost, which does kind of stink, but... All right, we need less than 2 silver to get our first feeder. So I think it's safe to say that next episode we should pretty quickly be able to get that feeder going. And we'll check cafe orders next episode. Once we get our first feeder, we'll probably spend a little bit of time trying to just bounce between Winding and Mosquito and hitting as many easy, like lucrative cafe orders as we can. But next episode, we get our feeder started. We earn as much silver as we can so that the episode after that will be all about the importance of digging with a shovel and cooking with a teapot. Cool. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.